think this is a toolkit that every homeowner should have because there's a bunch of reasons why. We're going to cover it in this video. Welcome to the Outlaw Effect. Every homeowner should own this. This is a Wera Tool Check Plus. Now I have it in both metric and imperial, and I've been looking at these forever on the internet, and I thought, man, I really want those. They look so nice, especially after my first Wera tool, which is this craft form something or another. I don't remember the exact name, but basically it's a ratcheting screwdriver. So it has a left and a right, and then basically you can lock it in the center part, which locks both ways, so you use it like a normal screwdriver. But this is a ratcheting screwdriver, so if you're putting things together, it's very handy. And as Wera tools are just so awesome, it does include a various amount of flathead or slotted, however you want to say it, and Phillips bits in there. Just a very well-made tool. This is my first Wera tool, and I was very impressed. I like this a lot. Now, the Tool Check Plus is even more impressive because this is one of those tools that I think everybody should own if you can budget it, because these aren't the cheapest tools. These are, I believe, made in the Czech Republic, a German company, Wera is, but this is very nice, compact, and it has basically everything you would need for most projects around the house, especially in tight spaces, and that's where this is key. Now, just know that there is an imperial version and a metric version. I did pick up both, so it depends on what you're using most. But we'll run through the sockets on the imperial. You get 3/16, quarter, 5/16, 11/32, 3/8, 7/16, and half-inch sockets. And on the metric, you get 5.5, 6, 7, 8, no 9, 10, no 11, 12, and 13. What's really cool about this is in the top, this part up here slides to basically uncover the tiny little ratchet. So if you're needing to get into tight spaces, this is the one for you. And then it does have a bit holder on this side, which is kind of unique as well, which we'll talk about a little bit more in detail in a second. Then of course you have your sockets. There is also a screwdriver handle right here, the craft form screwdriver handle, I believe it is, that will hold those bits. And this thing opens up to give you access to a bunch of different bits. Inside here, we have the ratchet adapter or socket adapter that fits into the ratchet. We have 2 number 1 Phillips, 3 number 2 Phillips, and 1 number 3 Phillips. We also have some Pro Drives bits in number 1, number 3 of the number 2s, and a number 3. There's also some Torx bits in here from T10, T15, T20, all the way up to T40. And then you also get the security Torx bits, T10S, T15S, all the way up through T30S. You also have a slotted bits, Hex Plus bits, and then of course the sockets on the bottom. This is like an all-inclusive toolkit that's in a very compact size. This is one of those you can just throw in your toolbox, in your tool pouch, or even in your car in case you need to make some minor repairs or get into your dash or anything like that while you're on the go. RV, perfect RV. So if you want to throw something like that in there, it's a nice little, and it doesn't take up much space, which is really handy to have. Now, one thing about this tiny little thing, this thing is so tiny, is you're gonna be able to get into some very tight spaces. And what I like about this little ratchet is the gears are like 5 degrees or 6 degrees, depending on where you look online. To tell you what degrees it is, but it will fit the bits that are in this thing, and you barely have to move it to get a bite and go for the next. So if you're loosening or tightening something in a very confined space, that's where this is going to shine, especially if you have to get, you know, your regular driver bits and things like that on there. Torx, if you're trying to get a Torx screw out or anything like that. And as far as quality goes, top quality. This is some of the best quality tools you're going to find anywhere. These are very, very nice quality tools, and everything snaps and pops together like it should. And again, everything's nice, compact. It's like a super tiny little thing. I think everybody should have one of these, just to have it. And of course, you can use the little screwdriver handle to do the exact same thing. It's going to pop right in there. Also, don't forget about the rapid adapter. Now, you want to change your bits fast, you can literally put this in a 1/4" impact as well, although probably not meant for impacts. You can use it for that. If you needed to swap bits out for any reason in your ratchet or your screwdriver, this rapid adapter is the way to go. Now, when you put the bit in there, it's going to snap in really secure, so you don't have to worry about it falling out in any way. And then to get it out, you literally just pull up on the rapid adapter. You're good to go. Swap your bits, put it back in the case, whatever you're going to do. The little screwdriver handle is fantastic as far as ergonomic goes. You can see it fits in the hand well. It's shaped identical, but just smaller, like mini-me version of the craft form screwdriver. So a lot of times when you get these driver sets that have these bits in there, they're very hard to get out, Milwaukee. Like, you have to really pull, try to get those things out. These are not overly difficult to come out, but they're also not loose in there, so they're not gonna fall out in your bag or anything like that. So you don't have to worry about that. But it is very nice that everything's accessible, easy to get in and out, but also not so loose that it falls out and scatters everywhere. And I also appreciate the fact that everything has a place on this little kit. The ratchet, the rapid adapter, the screwdriver handle, and then all of your sockets. Those are metal prongs there that do hold those sockets in there. Nice and secure, they'll pop right in as well. Just an overall awesome little set. While, yeah, it is expensive and you can get much less expensive toolkits out there, this is a high quality tool set. This is gonna be one of those buy once, cry once type things that you're gonna have probably for the rest of your life. Your kids will probably get it and sell it at a yard sale for pennies on the dollar, but that's all right, you won't know about it, so it doesn't really matter. Another reason I think everybody should get both of these, the Imperial and the Metric, is because you do get a few extra bits in each one that is slightly different than the other. And I guess just to make you want both kits, or possibly there's a reason why that I don't know about and you'll let me know in the comments. But each one does have slightly different bits, especially these 5 here on the end, as you see on each kit. So depending on if you need those style bits or not will be up to you, but I'd rather have them and not need them than need them and not have them. And if you do pick up this tool check kit, then also know that these bits will work in your craft form screwdriver that you should have already bought. And if you haven't, you should probably go ahead and buy that too, because this thing is so handy to have around the house. Another thing to note is that all of these sockets are color coded, so that's also handy to have. The main reason you want these around the house is because there's always something to either assemble or disassemble or to fix, and you like to have all the tools in one place when you go to do that. So your spouse orders a new piece of furniture off of IKEA, wants it put together, this is gonna be your best friend. Now, of course, if you're doing HVAC or auto mechanic or anything like that, these may come in handy for you as well, especially if you're going in and out of houses to do that trade type work. You could throw these in your tool bag and have the size of bits and sockets and everything you need. You're not gonna get on a job site and be like, oh man, I wish I had that Security Torx bit. I gotta go to the store and buy it. You're gonna have it with you. Again, nice compact design. They close up, like 2 of them take up literally just barely over the palm of your hand, or 2 hands space. It's really cool. I've been very impressed with these. I really do think every homeowner should have a set of these. A link in the description and the pinned comment to help you find these easier if you want to check them out for yourself. Well, if you like tools and you like this video, click that subscribe button. Check out the next video right there. That helps me more than you know. Clicking that box, I greatly appreciate it. Go watch that video. Drink you a topo.